Sales Show, the show that helps you get more results both in business and in life. I'm your host, Jean Oursler, also known as the Results Queen. Today we are going to welcome Jackie West. Say hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Hi. And Jackie works in interior design and also helps to empower women. She has been an author in the Outstanding Results book. Look at her. She's so cute. And we're going to talk about her chapter today, as well as how to do interior design online and how women can become more empowered. Jackie, welcome so much. Thank you so much for being here. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting. So, as always, we have a great conversation. You tell us about your chapter in this fabulous book.
My chapter in this wonderful book
is
really about...
Which you can get this book on Amazon.
Yes, you can get this book on Amazon. Absolutely. It's also on my website.
Okay, which is?
www.jwestdesignservices.com.
There you go. Okay, so let's talk about this book.
Yeah, so, this is such a great book, and it's my chapter is really about inspiring women or individuals, but particularly women, to really move through their journey and find their purpose in life to get to where they want to be. Now, success is different for everyone, and we all define it differently. But what I find is a lot of times women we put ourselves on the back burners. We do it for our families, we do it for our children, we do it for other things that may come up in our lives. Our parents, as they age, there's a lot of reasons why we put ourselves on the back burner. And I really wanted to talk to women more to inspire them to go after their dreams and go after their goals and achieve them. And it's not easy. You're gonna meet the obstacles in your way. You're gonna come across them. But if you plan for those, for those tough times, and you have to be mentally ready as well to accomplish, those goals. But if you can master that and really try to get past those obstacles as they come along, you can really get to seeing your vision come to fruition in your dreams and your goals. And so in my chapter, I speak about my journey, which wasn't always easy. I started off in the computer industry, and I was in that industry for about 15 years.
Don't say that too much.
Yeah, and I decided, I really don't want to do this anymore. The money was great. I climbed the corporate ladder, and I was successful doing it. In the eyes of others, I was successful, but I wasn't quite happy inside. So I really decided that I needed to go back to school for interior design because that was my passion. I always had a passion for it. And I went back to school at Parsons in New York. I graduated from Parsons. And I started the business before that. So I started kind of dabbling in interior design to make sure it was exactly what I wanted to do. And once I graduated, I quit my job in corporate America. And my husband was like, "What? You're doing what?" And just went full force into the business. And it was excellent. And there were bumps along the way because I didn't intern at an interior design firm and I didn't work for an interior designer. I just kind of took the bull by the horn and said, I'm going after this. And I did. And it wasn't easy. There were bumps in the road and there were rough times. But I had to, every time I fell, I had to get back up and keep moving. You just can't fall and stay there and, what am I going to do? There's paths and there's solutions to every issue and you just have to find it. And it may not come in a day and it may take a couple of months, but if you keep moving towards what your goals are, you will get there. In this book, I really wanted to make sure that I inspired women to, and just individuals as well, to just go after your goals, go after your dreams, keep going no matter what. And I also talk about my journey in opening up my own interior design firm. And I absolutely love when I say, I am the president of J. West Interior Design Services. And not because it's an ego kind of thing, but because of what I went through to get there. And to be able to say that title and have that title with confidence and know that I give my clients outstanding results and I do whatever it takes to make sure I'm giving them outstanding results.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you do. So I got a bunch of questions to ask.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, right? Because I'm thinking about what the audience is thinking about. So what prevents people? You really chased your dreams.
Yes.
You went from IT to being an interior designer. What prevents anyone, whether you're a woman or a man, from chasing your dreams and actually going after it?
A lot of things. Children.
Oh, yeah, children.
Right? Your family lifestyle. Fear of the unknown.
Right.
because you don't know what's going to happen when you cross that bridge.
Yep, right.
Yeah. So I think, the biggest thing is being fearful and not knowing. And it stops a lot of people because especially if you're a single mom or a single dad, you're the sole person that's bringing the income into the household and you really want to take that leap. It's a scary thing. And even if you're not, and there's two in the household that's bringing in the income, it's still scary because you have a partner that, you still have to talk to and you still have to, communicate and be responsible for things in the household. So I think a lot of times it's fear, self-confident. A lot of people aren't confident in what they're going after. And they're not strong enough and they have to sort of build up that resilience and strength and overcome that. And it's not something that, again, that's going to happen overnight, but it's something that you can accomplish if you truly, really want to deep down inside. You'll find the path. You'll find the people that you start to surround yourself with that will help you to get you to where you need to go.
So I find that for so many of us, when we're chasing this dream, and you're right, fear of the unknown, family, children, how do you overcome that to say, you know what, I can really do this? And thinking about your own experience of going from IT to interior design, it's sort of like here to there.
Yeah, totally.
Right? How did you overcome all of those obstacles?
So what I did was, what I started to do, I dabbled in interior design to make sure that it was exactly what I wanted to do at first. And then as time went on, I decided to open up the business. My mindset, I am always the type of person that once I set my mind to doing something, I'm going to find a way to do it. And the obstacles, overcoming those obstacles every day, getting up. And sometimes, honestly, I said, oh my God, I just can't do this. This is just not going to work. This isn't working. I need to get clients. I don't have enough clients. The income wasn't coming in. And, it's like, oh my God, I have bills to pay. What am I going to do? But I had to find it within myself and be resilient. I reached out to friends who inspired me, family members who said, just don't give up, just keep going. And all of that encouragement helps. I have a vision board. And so I look at that, and I'm like, okay, this is what you want to do. In order for you to accomplish this, you have to keep going. You have to, just get back up, Jackie, and keep moving through it. And that's what I did to overcome those, that fear, and that lack of confidence. And I didn't have the confidence that I have today going into interior design because I never worked for an interior design firm. And my entire career was based on computers. So imagine that. Like you said, I'm going from here all the way here. And there's all that in between. That's just crazy. And you're like, oh my God. And I got to the point where I was like, what in the world am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why did I decide to do this? But I had to stop and think of all the reasons I decided to do it. Why did I want to be an entrepreneur? Why did I want to own my own business? Why did I want to go into the industry of interior design? Because I loved it. I love working with colors. I love working with people. I don't like being confined to a 9-to-5, so to speak. And I felt like I was so enclosed and I just couldn't be me. I couldn't express who I was. And so being an entrepreneur, being a business owner allowed me to do that. And being able to go into people's homes and offices and help them accomplish their vision through interior design and making them feel good and serving them was great for me. And that's success to me. So overcoming all those obstacles, the end result was well worth it. And you just really have to you have to be laser focused on your goals and your dreams, like laser focused, because there's going to be so many things that's going to come into your path that's going to throw you off. And granted, when the market went crazy and the stock market went berserk, interior design was not one of those industries that was, a need for any individual. It was like, that's the back burner thing. And I hung in there as long as I could. And I had to go back out to corporate and work. And I did, but I stayed in the industry. And once I did that, I said, it's time for me to go. I did what I had to do. So on your journey, there's going to be times where you're going to sort of go off course. But if you're laser focused on accomplishing your goals, you'll get right back on that path and you'll just keep going. And that's what I did.
I love that. So then you think about the laser focus, and when you had those bumps in the road, and it's really about your mindset.
Absolutely.
What advice can you give to the audience about getting more results in both personal and professional, where this mindset, laser focus, getting over those obstacle concerns since you've lived it?
So what I would say and suggest is get a mentor. Get a mentor, get a coach. Very, very vital and very important, because you're going to run into those days where you're just freak out and wonder what is happening when the phones aren't ringing and you're not getting the clients because you're just starting your business. You need to be doing something else that's related to the business in order to start generating that income and generating those clients in that pipeline. So I would say when you're running into that and you need the motivation, it's good to have a mentor. It's great to have a coach. Keep looking at why you started the business in the first place. You need to have something physically written down. It's great to have it in your mind, but you need to see it every day consistently, see it. The other thing that I do a lot, and people may think this is crazy, but I do this and it works for me and it may work for others. I work out all the time. I'm a fitness fanatic, right? I am. I'm into fitness. I go to the gym. You know, if you really want it.
Oh, what happened? We lost you. Come back. Wait, where are you, Jackie? Come back. Oh, wait. Well, we're having a little technical difficulty, so we're going to hold on and we're going to pause and see if we get Jackie here. Okay, so we're back now with Jackie. We had a little technical difficulty, but we're back. So Jackie was talking about working out and how she makes that all happen for herself. So go ahead, Jackie.
So I work out. I'm a fitness enthusiast, and I enjoy it, absolutely enjoy it. I have to work out every day in order to get my mental state balanced, and it helps me a lot with stresses throughout the day. But something I do to keep myself going and motivated for my business and just for myself, I listen to motivational, inspirational, successful people while I'm working out. I plug in, and I just listen. And when you're doing that, and they're telling you things that has worked for them, because if you listen to any successful person, they all pretty much do the same thing and get successful results. But it's consistency. You have to be consistent and you have to be disciplined. You know, you have to take that little extra mile more than someone else to be successful. You know, all your competitors are doing the same thing. But if you just push that envelope just a little bit, like 0.5%, it's amazing the results that you would get, you know? So I plug in and I listen to inspirational people, because unfortunately, you know, the news is so negative. There's so much negativity and things that are going on in the world, and you just can't get sucked into it. You pay it attention, and, you know, of course, you're heartfelt for things that happen to people. But you have to stay plugged into positivity and positive people. Surround yourself with positive people. When things get negative, cut it and move on from it, because you can't just allow that to sink into your soul, because it's just not good. And it's a big return, right?
Yeah, so, you're right.
Yeah.
I totally get it. So wait a minute. For those of us who are not fitness buffs,
you can plug in anytime. You know what?
Anytime. In your car, while you're drinking your wine.
Anything. You can plug in. I tell you, listen to something motivational for 15 minutes a day. Make the commitment. 15 minutes. I mean, that's a break, right? 15 minutes. Right? You're walking to your car within 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Plug in and listen to something motivational. If you do it every day consistently, every day. And even if you set a time before when you wake up in the morning, you know, as you wake up and you get your cup of coffee for 15 minutes, you can dedicate 15 minutes of your day to yourself.
Yes, you can.
And just listen to something motivational, you know, that's going to get you started for the day and keep you going, because you're going to need that when you run into obstacles. You're going to have to remember why you started, what's motivating you to keep going, how are you going to do it. Other people that are successful like yourself, you think about those people, how they're doing it, how they're being successful, how do they keep going? Because you know you're running into obstacles, but you see them going and they just keep moving through it. And you see that and you say, you know what, I can do that, I can do it. And you just stay positive and keep moving, you will get to where you need to be.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that. Absolutely. I agree with all that. And first of all, I agree with getting a mentor or getting a coach. I mean, I've had one since I started my business. I'm sure you have too. Some of them have been paid, some of them have been free. But on those days where you go, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to sit on the couch with bonbons.
Yes.
Your coach going,
Right. Exactly. Or the days you're like, you know what? It's easier for me to go back to corporate America and do it. I don't have to worry about everything else. But then there's a flip side to that too, because you think about why you left that in the first place, right? You wanted your freedom. So you don't want to really go back to that. It sounds easy, but easy is not always good for you.
No, and I get a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just get a job back in corporate America. I'm like, why? You know, like it's so much easier to live an entrepreneurial life. It's so much more fun.
Yes, it is. It's fun, and you have the freedom to sort of make your schedule, even though it gets crazy, right? Because you have to work. You got to work. You have to use. But if you love what you're doing and you're serving and helping, I mean, really,
it's not work at all.
Better than that.
It's not work at all. It's just what you do. And if you live a blended life where your kind of your personal life goes into your business life, and it all just goes in the right place. And I often say to people, I said, entrepreneurship, like people think they're going to get multi-million-dollar rich.
Right.
The reality is that it's just an alternative way of doing your job.
Exactly.
That's all it is. You're gonna
you're happier,
right?
Yes. You're happier, and you feel like, oh gosh, I can really do this. I can really be successful at this, And one thing I always think about that someone said to me, and it really keeps me going too, is you're going to work for someone else because they never gave up on their dream.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. You're going to work 9 to 5 for someone else who had an idea. Like you had an idea, and they never gave up on their dream. Wow. And you're going there every day to help them to accomplish their goals.
Wow.
Yes, that's pretty deep.
That's pretty deep. So most of us have always thought about opening up a company, but you're a little nervous to do it. Jackie's got all the information right there. You can get this information here too in her fabulous book as well. Right?
Absolutely. Amazon.com or jwestdesignservices.com.
Yeah. So with that said, I got to ask about this online design thing because
let's talk about it.
Absolutely no idea about interior design work whatsoever. Okay. I see that beautiful mirror you got. I'm like,
yes.
So how do you do interior design online? How does that work?
So interior design online, some people can refer to it as e-design. And e-design, like electronic design. So really what happens is, and it's for a particular target market or audience, someone that feels comfortable doing it themselves, the DIYers,
right?
Do it yourself. So those people feel comfortable taking pictures, taking measurements. Yep, exactly. And sending you that information, all the information that you require in order to start their project. So that process starts with a phone call, and I'm interviewing the prospective client on their needs and their vision and what they're trying to accomplish in their home or room. And then I give them, once we get through the interview process and I find out exactly what they're trying to accomplish, what their vision is, what's their lifestyle, because you have to make sure the design is going to fit their lifestyle. I sent them information on what I would need to get back from them in order to get started on their project. Once we get through the contract, agreement part, deposit, all of that, once they get that information, they're going to send me measurements, pictures, anything I ask for that room, for me to pull that design together. It's all done online. I don't have to see them. I just finished a client in Texas, actually, recently.
And you're in, where are you living?
I live in Plainfield, New Jersey, in the office in
Texas, New Jersey. It's kind of like this.
Exactly. And so they send me all the information I need, and I get started on their project. And the beautiful thing about e-design is once you get the information back from me, I give you a full design plan. I give you the information on where to purchase everything. If you need contractors, of course, you will have to seek those out in your own area, unless you want me to do that for you. Installers, painters, things like that. I give you how you can do that, how you can find them in your area, reputable ones. And you can take that plan and you can take your time. So you may not have all the money to purchase and do everything that you want to do to complete the entire room within that time frame. But if you do, you can do it in phases. And that's the beautiful thing about it. You have the full plan. You have all the resources that you need, and you can execute them based on your time frame. And it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It costs you less because interior design services is not the most inexpensive thing. So it'll cost you less money because you're doing some of the work yourself and you're executing and you're doing the project management yourself. I'm not managing the project for you, but you can do it over a period of months based on your budget. So it's perfect. Perfect.
I've never heard of e-design, but this sounds really fascinating.
Yes, I wrote an article about e-design actually for an online magazine. That's on my website as well. So feel free to go take a look at that. And it talks about e-design. So, but it's definitely for someone that feels comfortable and confident in doing certain things on their own and purchasing on their own. I give you the space plan. You get dimensions, making sure that the pieces fit in the space. You also have to make sure that, you know, the pieces you're bringing into the space is going to fit through the door and up the stairs. A lot of people don't think about that, right? So those areas also need to be measured to make sure it's going to fit. You get the furniture and you're like, oh my God, this isn't going to fit. Now I need to call the furniture people that are going to come and take it apart, getting in a room and put it back together for me, because there's a company that does that as well.
Really?
Really? Really? Yeah. When there's space constraints and you can't get things through the doors, you can get it in there. You just have to call the right people to come and do that for you.
Of course, you may never get it out again either. So
you may not get it out again. But you might not want to get it out again, because my designs are fabulous, so you really don't want to.
I'm so intrigued by e-design. I've never heard of such a thing before. And the fact is that you could call you up and say, like, here's my room, and make it for me, and then I get to do it on my own, and I could buy high stuff, low stuff.
Exactly. A nice combination. And, you know, and I always say, people, even when I'm doing interior design, everything in a room doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. It's nice to kind of mix the highs and the lows together, because you get a beautiful, functional, aesthetically fabulously done room.
Really?
Where everything is not thousands and thousands of dollars. Having a nice mix is beautiful, because it doesn't look so staged and everything doesn't look like, you know, it's just all high end.
Wow.
It's an art, really. It's an art to just kind of creating it and putting it all together. Yeah. And I love it. I love it.
Obviously, you've done a good job about it, Jackie, because you're in business and you wrote a book and you got all this other stuff going on.
Yes. I also am working on an accessory line.
Get out. Tell me
about it. I am working on an accessory line to come out with home decor. So I'm excited about that.
Tell us more.
Yeah. Hey. So the accessory line I'm coming out with, I don't want to say exactly what it is yet, because it's in the process of being done, but look for it. You know, you can visit the website, because there'll be a shop on there as well for that line when it's coming out. And I'm also working on an online store for home accessories.
Wow.
Yes, which is almost completed. Yes. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. I graduate next week with my master's degree, by the way.
Congratulations.
Outstanding results, and moving through your journey and on your purpose. Yeah.
Wow. All right. So, you know, given that you were this high-powered, amazing person, if I'm sitting here watching the show going, I don't know where to get started. Like, you know, I need some empowerment. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life. I'm feeling like this.
Okay.
What do I need to do?
The first thing I would say is take some time to yourself. Just get away from everything and just take some quiet time and just really think about where do you see yourself in the next year? right? You can do a 5-year plan, but let's think of something more immediate. Where do you see yourself in the next year? Where do you want to be? It doesn't have to be something major. It could be something small, because sometimes you have to take small steps to get to the right result. And write it down and really think through, how am I going to get there? What is it going to take for me to get to that point in a year? And just really start thinking it through and thinking about it. But one thing I must say that you absolutely have to do is take action. Because you can write everything down, you can think everything through, but if you don't take the first step to start to get there, nothing's going to happen. It'll be a year later and you'll be looking at the same paper, thinking about the same thing and say, you know what? One more year. Where am I going to be? I'm going to do this in another year. So it's very important. If you're really serious about moving through your purpose or getting to where you want to go and you're kind of stuck, just do one thing to move you towards it. Just one thing. It's amazing. And then you do that one thing, you do the next thing and the next thing. I heard someone say once, you see the staircase and you want to get to the top of the staircase, but you don't know how you're going to get to the top of that staircase. Look at the first step. Don't look all the way up. And then once you get on that first step, look at the second step. So just go step by step. And before you know it, you're at the top of that staircase. But if you look at the very top of the staircase from where you are, you're going to go, oh my God, how in the world am I ever going to get there? Right? Because it's going to be this huge journey and it will discourage you. But if you go step by step to each step, and when you get to that second step, you look at the third step, you will get there. And you'll be amazed that you're like, oh my God, I'm actually at the top of the staircase. Now what?
That's awesome.
What am I going to do?
Oh, I'm going to climb another staircase.
Right, exactly. But if you're stuck, you really need to just kind of take some time and just kind of reevaluate, your life and where you are and what you want to do, and just take one step towards whatever it is that you want to accomplish and achieve.
I love that. I totally love that. Well, I can't believe it, but we're almost out of time. Can you believe it?
Oh no!
I'm like, we've had such a great time. All right. So with that, give us 3 Jackie West words of advice, or 3 sentences of words of advice that we need to do to get us more results both in business and in life.
So I would say number 1 is be laser focused on what you want to do. Stay laser focused. Create a board, a vision board, a purpose board. Call it whatever you want, but put those things on the board that you want to accomplish and you want to achieve. Take something and put it in your car. Whatever you're doing every day, if you're driving in your car every day, put something in your car that represents where you want to be within that time frame. You need to see it every single day. Put it on your refrigerator. Put it on your mirror in the bathroom. You need to see it every single day to keep in your mind why you're doing what you're doing. So that's one thing. The other thing is find yourself a good mentor or coach. Very important. Find yourself a good mentor or coach that's going to help you along your journey, because it's very important. And the third thing I would say is try your best to stay away from negative thoughts and negative people. I would, try your best to stay away from that. And when it pops up, because it's going to pop up, it's all over the world, right? It's going to pop up. Refocus your energy on something positive. Turn it into something positive. When someone is talking to you about something negative, think of a positive. What can we do differently that will give positive results towards this, right? And the third, I know you said 3, but I have one.
Go ahead, give me 5. You want to got 4 or 5? Go ahead.
So one more important thing that I would say is, we ask the universe for things. We want more money, we want bigger cars, we want bigger houses, can you please give me this, bring this to me, help me attract this. And I would say, turn that around and say, how can I help someone accomplish this? or how can I serve someone better? Because I think when you're putting that out into the universe says back to you, what can I do to help you? How can I serve you? Instead of you saying, I want, this is what I need, this is what I need, can you get me? The universe is saying to you, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. And you're constantly giving, going, trying to get this. Instead of how can I serve? And the universe say, how can I serve you? And then you're getting your results because you're serving others and you're getting that back. So that is my 4 wisdom ideas or thoughts that I constantly think about,
Well, I have to say 2 things. If you need an interior designer, Jackie is your girl. And perhaps if you need a coach, she might be your girl too. And in order to find Jackie, how do we find you, Jackie? Where do we need to call you, email you, go to your website?
So you can call me, 908-405-1393 is the office number. Okay. You can email me at Jacqueline, Jacqueline, at J, just the letter J, West Design Services with an S.com.
Okay.
And that's how you can contact me, or definitely go to the website, www.jwestdesignservices.com.
I love that. Jackie, you've been a terrific guest today. It's been such a pleasure. I can't believe we're out of time.
It goes so fast.
It goes fast, right? But, when you're having a chit-chat,
yes.
It happens.
Yes.
The practice is that we like to help people get more results in business and in life, and you've given us some wonderful words of wisdom, so I thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, and thank you so much for having me. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely. And anything I can do to help others, I am always there to do that.
And take her up on her offer, because I know she truly believes that.
Yes.
And so I'd like to say thank you so much for taking the time for watching the Get More Results show today. I'm Jean Oursler, your host, also known as The Results King. Queen, until the next time, we say so long, farewell, and have a great, fantastic day.
Thank you.